All right, everyone. Welcome back to the Nikki and Brie Show. And yes, as you can see, we are still here in Augusta, Georgia, here at the Masters. And we are very, very excited about our next guest because you've seen her in a lot of things, and now we get to see her on the golf scene too.
That's right. I mean, we saw you Sports Illustrated, which you killed it.
Crush.
Yes. So she's an actress. She's a model. And yes, we have Jena Sims. I'm going to say this wrong, but I'm going to try very hard. Koepka.
No.
Koepka.
Oh,
Koepka.
okay. That was
I was
close.
kind of right.
Okay.
K-E-E. Koepka.
Koepka.
But Brie, you
Jena
also
Sims
forgot.
Koepka.
You also forgot she's an entrepreneur.
Oh,
We're gonna have to get
yes.
into
I
your
wear many hats.
businesses. She
Yes.
wears
I'm
a
many,
mom.
many hats. A mom.
Mom.
Yeah.
You're like us. It's like I like to say we're a
Oh,
Jill
thank
of
you.
all trades.
Yeah, which
Like
speaking of being a mom, you guys were so cute yesterday in par
So
3.
cute.
That was
Thank
called the par
you.
3, right?
Par
It's
3
par 3
contest.
contest.
I mean, so one, Brooks getting the hole in one.
That was insane. Like, I still
Yes.
can't believe that happened because I did like a little get ready with me on TikTok, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, it'd be really cool if Brooks got a hole in one." I've never actually seen him hit a hole in one. And I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
and
then
how
it
cute
when
with
that
your son
happened.
there too.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know
I
he
just
was
got-
like holding her up like Simba. I'm like,
Yeah. You know what? I
Oh
did
my
that to my
God.
son recently when during Super Bowl when the Philadelphia Eagles scored their first touchdown.
yeah.
I like picked him up like that, but then he got like, and I mean he's 4, almost 5, but he got like kind of upset at me because it shocked him like
Yeah.
how I did it. But I was like, we scored.
It's the
But
apparent thing.
no.
Brooks was like, it just felt natural.
it does.
Okay.
You know, you get so
That's
excited, you hold him up. You're like-
It's the circle.
But was that really fun to experience that? Because I know before he was more of a baby, but now I feel like, you know, when they're a toddler.
It's
right?
a different
Well,
kind of fun.
almost-
It's a little more challenging, but it was fun seeing his personality.
Yeah.
And I feel like he just like stole the show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
And like I did the par
seriously.
3 for Brooks like just as his fiance without a
Yeah.
kid, and I'm like, this is kind of lame. So having to chase crew around and just seeing like him like hey like to the crowd, and just
Oh
like
my
melted my
gosh.
heart.
I bet.
And
It's so
he's
cute.
so cute. It was
He's
just fun
precious.
seeing like both set of grandparents there because Brie and I we were
Mhm.
behind the scenes for a little bit, and we were saying that we were having it was just so fun to sit there and like see all the families. It brought
Yeah,
us
so
memories how
cute.
like it is backstage at wrestling when everyone
Oh,
brings their families, like
yeah.
especially WrestleMania, which the Masters feels like the WrestleMania and Super Bowl of golf, right?
Okay, yeah.
But that was like so cute.
It was really cute. Well, and it's funny because when I was back there, it kind of gave me baby fever. Even though it's
Oh.
like I'm done with 2, I don't want any
Gave
more.
me birth control.
Honestly.
Well, and
I-
then I do feel for you moms because it is stressful. Like you guys are on like a time crunch. You have to get the kids dressed, which I can't even. That's already challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
And then it-
jumpsuits don't have any gives. So
No.
it's like
I
it's
mean,
fit perfectly.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was kind of like I was watching you all, and I'm like, oh, this would be tough. I know my son would be really
Yeah.
hard.
Well, and you know, speaking of being a mom and doing so many things, how do you juggle it all and balance it all?
You know, I just prioritize my mental health probably
Yeah.
first.
That's
So
smart.
that also means doing jobs. I like to
Mhm.
make my own money.
Yeah.
And being a mom just kind of fits into that priority list.
Yeah.
But I think just having time management skills.
Yes, seriously,
Yeah.
right?
That's
Which
what
I
it
feel
is.
like at
Yeah.
times I'm still learning better.
You for sure.
Well, I'm still trying to learn the whole balancing, which I've been a
Yeah.
lot better with.
You have been.
You know what I
yes.
mean? And how has it been? Because so we were talking earlier with Catherine, and it's been so amazing to see the growth of the wives, whether it's in the football industry or golf industry. Like
Yeah.
I'm love seeing how interactive they've become socially and
Oh,
giving
it's
us
amazing.
a little of the background life of these male athletes, but also showing the softer side. But it'll be fun to hear your perspective because you were already a personality. You were already a known name, you know.
Which triggers a lot of people.
Yeah, right. But it's I want to hear your perspective because it's you've already been in front of the camera and you already made a name for yourself. But
Thank
then
you.
you enter this golf world that's just gigantic, worldwide,
Yes.
even more so than football. You know, we're
Right.
so national, but golf is worldwide. How has that been?
I think it was hard because I was an actress and a model before meeting Brooks, but it
Yeah.
was such a small scale. Like I was doing Sharknado and getting my head chopped off in B movies, so it wasn't anywhere near the platform that I have now. But I think a lot of the golf media met me clean slate, or
Yeah.
golf fans met me clean slate, and they didn't realize all of this stuff. So then they thought, oh, now she's doing Sports Illustrated, she's doing all this stuff because of Brooks, and I'm like.
Mm,
No, I've been in this. I've been modeling since I was like 15. Like,
Yeah.
this has nothing to do with it.
yeah.
But it was shocking because I'm probably one of the only tour wives that has a lot going on. Like,
Right.
I run a nonprofit. I do
Yes.
modeling, acting. I do collabs with fashion brands. Like, I'm hustling out there.
Yes. Good for
I
you.
love that.
Which I love that. And how does like because when you said it upsets people, like how does that make you feel?
Empowered.
Yeah.
I don't agree with the like, just sit there and be seen and
Yeah.
just support your man and be a housewife and just be thankful. I'm like, no, I have my own dreams. I want to do my own thing. Like,
Yeah.
and Brooks, I think that's what makes our relationship so successful is just the
Yeah.
fact that I do have my own things going on. Like,
Which I love that. And because you have the swimwear company.
I do. I've partnered with a couple of swimwear lines, but I have one that's coming out actually tomorrow.
Oh,
Okay.
congrats.
I saw that on your social
Thanks. Yeah,
media.
it's
It
like
looks
golf
so
meets
cute.
swimwear. Thank you. Yeah, it's a brand called Lane Snow. She's out of North Carolina, and it was very kind of like mom swimwear, like high waisted.
Need
Actually,
that.
actually wore one of her one pieces at the runway show for Swim Week for Sports Illustrated,
Oh, nice.
and that's kind of how that led to this. And I was like, girl, look, I know you dress the moms, but sometimes moms like to wear a thong every now and then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I designed we kind of met in the middle. I'm like, it's not going to be
Okay.
a full thong. It's cheeky. So
Like
it's like
almost
their
that
first-
Brazilian cut.
a little.
style?
Well, it depends on what your butt looks like.
That's
truly.
true.
And me, it looks like a thong. But yeah, I was their first sort of introduction to sexy swimwear. So I'm excited to kind of have my name on that for them.
Nice.
And then there's also golf dresses in the same sort of prints as the bikinis.
Oh my god, I
Oh,
love,
I love
that.
that.
That is
Thank you.
so cool.
Well, I can't wait to get some because
Thanks.
I like being a little sexy, but
Yeah.
Okay,
you know, I
just
gotta
'cause
cover
we
like
birth
some of the
babies,
parts.
yeah, I don't want to lose that. Which I feel like at times I have lost that, and I have to
Yeah.
find it again.
Especially now that you're single, we got to get that
I mean,
sexy
gosh.
back.
Put her
honestly.
in the Jena Sims edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, I need that for this
Honestly.
summertime.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
love it.
Let's
That would
get
be
it,
great,
girl.
honestly. And how has it been, like, so being in this world and traveling? Because you travel with Brooks a lot, right?
I do a lot less now that we have crew at home.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to go to almost every tournament. Now I'm just going to like the domestic ones for Live and then all the majors.
Nice.
Mm.
Which
Oh,
is
that's
fun, like the
nice.
Masters.
Yeah, you can't miss this.
No.
No.
It's so fun. I'm like
Yeah.
itching to get out there right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, I bet.
Oh gosh, I
Yeah.
bet. And do you guys have any like what would it be traditions
yeah.
or like that you have to do the night before big tournaments or the morning
No.
of?
Brooks is not all that superstitious.
Yeah.
We stay in the same house every year.
Yeah,
But I think that's
okay.
just because if you can find a good one, you kind of keep it.
Yeah, right.
Part 3 is a big tradition, but no, like we don't. Well, we have Taco Tuesday every Tuesday, just like
Yeah.
anybody else.
Yeah.
Right? I
And like
love
this
it.
morning, is
Nothing
there like a
crazy.
certain breakfast you feel like you guys need to eat to like go in? No.
Not at all.
Yeah.
We had different things for breakfast today.
Yeah.
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 I love it.
Yeah.
But you know, I like that because like it's fun to see how some people can be super like stitious on
Mhm.
you know this is how I win.
Yeah.
And then there's laid back folks, and like I
Yeah.
feel like we're laid back. You and I don't really.
Oh yeah, very chill.
Very chill. Like we never did anything before big matches.
Well, no, you're right.
I
I
don't-
just it
nothing.
was more. It wasn't the morning of. It would be like an hour or two before the match. Like I went out there, like I had to get myself into the zone,
Right.
listen to some of the same music, meditation.
We do our warrior pose.
power
Okay,
prayer.
Do a
that,
warrior
that's a little
pose.
superstitious.
Yeah.
That
I do the
actually-
same thing over
I
and
would,
over.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would always have to go through a checklist in my mind of things
Mhm.
before I went out there.
Yeah.
Like it was, so I really like, it was 2 hours before really wouldn't find me. I'd have to, like, I started to find my own spaces to disconnect
sure.
from people to get out. And especially when you play a bad guy on TV. Like I really had to at times get
Yeah,
in that
I get
zone. You
that.
know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
feel that and
Right.
so
So we love seeing the fashion.
Yeah,
At
me too.
every golf tournament, I'll tell you, the Masters yesterday, walking around, I am
That's
like,
good.
the fashion is on point. How long does it take you to pack for the Masters?
Not we joke that like the Masters is like a themed wedding that everyone like nails the dress code for.
Oh, heck yeah, they do.
that's actually
Um,
funny.
And you find like, there's always somebody that's trying to upstage the bride. There's a few
Oh,
of
yeah.
those popping around. I've been, throughout the year, I just think of things for the Masters. Like I've had this Birdie bird
That's
tank
really
top, and I think
cute.
it's kind of funny and cheeky to wear.
that is cute.
I think about it all year long, and I just kind of like hang on to pieces. But to actually pack, all right, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not
Nothing
bad.
crazy. I've got
No.
it down, you
You
know?
You do, right?
And
Yeah.
do you make sure your son matches you?
No, I don't even know what
No.
we're going to put him in today.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
That's so cute.
That's actually really cute. I feel like I was the type of mom who like Birdie, my first daughter, I'd kind of get her the match, and then when it came to my son, I was like, I
Yeah.
just, and I don't know, maybe it's a boy, so I feel like, you know, it's hard to.
Crew has a ton of little green outfits. I'm like, just
Yeah.
one of those.
Green.
Right. No, it's so true because I feel like I would overbuy for Mateo and then he
Yeah.
would never want to be in it. And now he's in a thing where he doesn't want to have anything with buttons. And I just got him all this cute stuff with buttons. And even now I'm like, what am I going to
Oh
do for
my God.
Easter? He sees a button. He's like, he will not put on the shirt. Like, will not.
Wow.
I know. Even
I'm
if
not ready
it's
for
like
that.
a pullover,
Yeah.
it's like that 4.5 to 5 age where they want to start to dress themselves, pick out their own clothes.
Well, Buddy
And-
saw this dinosaur holding, like, smashing an Easter egg shirt. And of course, I want like a cute one. And
Yeah.
he's like, no, that one. And I'm like, okay. But like, I'm like, no, like, you're going to wear the dinosaur smashing
Right.
eggs shirt for
Yes.
Easter. When I'm
I
like,
love
I want the
it.
polo, but it's
You're
fine.
like, I want the collar.
Honestly.
And the
Yeah,
linen.
and I'm like the cute little like sweater
Yeah.
over like whatever.
Totally.
But I'm gonna let him wear it.
Yeah,
I'm do
I think
it.
that's your only option.
So
I know.
So Jenna, talking about like, our platforms and
Mhm.
like having like now you have this incredible platform now with the golf fans like tuning in. You're already doing so much and with the things that you do, because we should get into your nonprofit as well, is what are the goals and like what is your vision that you see, like the 5-year plan, the 10-year
Yeah.
plan that you want to take advantage of with it?
Well, I would love to have another kid one day.
Oh, I love
Yes.
that.
But professionally, I want to keep doing Sports Illustrated swimsuit. That was my
Nice.
biggest dream. Is my biggest dream. So, this year I shot year 2.
Yay.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Cool, fun.
Yeah.
My nonprofit is called Pageant of Hope. We
Oh.
hold pageants for kids with special needs, and it's
Mm.
centered around. It's the most inclusive pageant in the world, but we teach inner beauty and self-confidence,
Love that.
and it's the only pageant of its type because we crown every single participant.
Oh, I love
Everyone leaves the
that.
winner. Yeah, I keep eyeballing your hand chains. It has like a little crown on it.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
I
So-
need that so bad.
Right. So
Yes.
DraftKings just made this.
Oh, sick! I want.
So
one.
we'll tell you how beautiful is
Aren't
it?
those
They just
beautiful?
gave it to
Great
us,
for
right?
Pageant of Hope.
Yes, I
Um,
know.
So I want to keep doing that, but my biggest platform for that is the importance of inclusivity.
Yeah.
I work a lot with Best Buddies.
Oh, we
love
love
Best
Best
I
Buddies.
I do
We
love them.
love Maria.
Yeah,
And so
okay,
we've done
yeah.
some stuff. We've featured them on our reality show as
Mhm.
well, but we love them.
They're great.
Yeah.
So that keep doing my nonprofit, do more film,
Oh,
Good.
nice.
have a fun life with Brooks. Watch him win a
Yeah.
few more majors.
You
You
know
know
what I
it.
mean? Hopefully
Yeah.
you get the green
Yeah,
jacket.
exactly.
Oh my God,
Because
how cool would
there
that be?
was yesterday, someone was saying like, oh, if you win the par 3, you usually don't win the
Yeah.
Masters. And so some people don't want to win it. And I go, well, wait, I would want to make history and I want to win both.
Well, that's a good way to
You know
do
what?
that. A lot of the guys, like, we don't even keep a scorecard.
No way.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Wow.
crazy?
That is a
So
superstition.
that is a superstition. See,
Mm.
I would want to go
That-
break that
You're like,
one.
watch me. I'll be
Yeah.
the first.
Yeah.
I
I'll
like
be
that
the first.
mindset.
Right?
That's a good
Yeah.
mindset.
Honestly, I'm like, let's go make history. Come on.
I know.
No one's done it. I want to do it.
Yeah, well, we were hoping to see you last night because it was Sports Illustrated party.
know.
Dave Matthews. We were bummed. We were actually trying to, even though you were busy yesterday, we're like, we're gonna convince her to come.
I know.
Are you
That
gonna
was
do-
our goal.
night, we
Are
do
you gonna
this
do
like
any
kind
fun
of,
parties this week?
Well, I'm gonna stop by Wheels Up.
Okay.
I went to NetJets last year because they had one of my favorite performers performing, Old Dominion.
Oh,
nice.
But my first priority is being with Brooks.
Yes.
And I shouldn't be coming home drunk at midnight on
No.
a tournament week. Like that's
Yeah.
not good wife behavior.
Yeah.
And last night I would have loved to have come, but we hosted his team last night, which is kind of like a thing that we do. So we had his physio and caddy and the guy that trains him, chef. Like we just had like a fun little family dinner.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
cool.
What'd you guys
I like
make?
that.
It's actually like carbone. So we have a chef that travels with
Oh,
us, and we
love
call it the BK
carbone.
special, but it's like the spicy rigatoni meal, and it's
Mm.
like Brooks's favorite meal. So we had to have that last night.
See,
Yum.
carb up. I was
Carb up.
saying
You
this
were
Yeah.
right. You
Carb
were
low. We got
right.
a
pasta
lot of
and
walking.
banana. Yeah, I was saying you do the bananas in the morning. It was
Right.
like before
Alright.
soccer games. I
Okay.
actually made that joke when we were with Brian Brooks. I
Remember?
made the joke to Brooks. I said pasta and bananas. It
Yeah.
kind of looked like what? And I was like, is that weird? I mean, isn't that what people do? Like pasta and so I'm so happy that I
hilarious.
know.
He got his
that
pasta. and
You
we
got
can't,
pasta.
Don't know if he got a banana, but he definitely got a pasta. I'll be his banana today.
You are. You're
Yeah.
a banana. I like
Yeah.
it, girl.
Oh
That's
my
right.
gosh. Oh my God, Jenna, you're so fun.
Yes. Well,
Thanks.
I say we play a
Play-
game.
yes.
Let's
Oh, okay.
play a game. Oh, wait, but we got a new one.
Actually,
in.
Nicole learned today what a bogey
Okay,
was.
now
She didn't know it was
I'm
a golf
first
term.
of all, I now realize that I did know what that. I remember hearing it, but no. Okay, so I pretty much
The
whatever.
tequila got her last
Well,
night.
then we'll move on to double boogies.
You know
and,
what?
and albatrosses.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez, yep.
There's a lot of
Shit.
terms.
Oh, you know what? That's on my hat.
Albatross?
Yeah, I just thought it was the name of a company.
Well, it's a bird, and it's when, well, a hole in one is an albatross. It's like when you get 2 under par. So on a par 5, you would get it in 3.
Oh,
It's hard
gosh.
to do.
Gosh, I feel like you got to
So
be good
many
at math.
terms in golf,
Mm-hmm.
which I love. I need to learn it.
But if
It's
you think
great.
every sport has all their terms.
Yeah, like, I'm sure wrestling. I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
we
Too many
do.
wrestling terms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. We do. We have like our
Yeah.
whole dictionary of words.
Oh,
Good point,
goodness.
Bree.
I know.
All right, so we're gonna play a little game to get to know you a bit better.
Great.
So we are going to ask you about some random situations or maybe some hot takes, and your answer is gonna be Birdie, that you love it,
Mhm.
or Bogey, no thanks, I'll pass on that.
Okay.
All right, leaving a party without saying goodbye, the old Irish exit.
Birdie. I'm an introvert. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm like, get me out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, our
Well-
family, it's like you go to the restroom and you're like going
Yeah.
off to war. They'll all like
That's
stand up,
Brooks'
hug, and
side.
kiss you.
It's like
yeah.
opposites
Yes.
attract. Like,
Yeah.
Oh
he
my
feeds off
gosh.
people, and I'm like, people exhaust me.
Yeah.
So that's like my husband. My husband like does not hug. And so
Yeah.
when people come to hug him, I always see his face get
He's like,
like,
"Oh."
get so nervous. Sometimes he'll put his hand out like this.
Yeah. See, I feel so bad if I don't say bye to people at a party. I wish I could do the old Irish exit, but then it
no
lays
problem.
heavy on my heart at night. And I'm like, oh, did I thank them? Did I say bye to that person?
I've saved so much
You
time on
know.
the Irish exit.
See,
Yeah.
I mean, and you do. You end up saving so much
Yeah.
time. Sharing your location 24/7 with your partner.
Birdie, I do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, which,
I'm like, what
safety.
am I gonna do? Yeah. Like,
right?
I'm not going anywhere. You shouldn't see me go.
Yeah, that's true.
And we don't like obsess over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do with my girlfriends. Like, I'm like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Zoom in.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to
We-
tell you that the other day.
We
I
should do it for each
I
other.
wanted to do it with you because I have moms. So I like seeing, I'll go look and I'm like, oh, look, mom's here.
Oh,
But
you
I
have
don't think mom,
moms?
I think mom accidentally did it with me,
That's hilarious.
but I didn't want to disconnect it.
Yeah.
But
Doing
it's
a little spying on mom.
I
huh?
do a little spy.
That's someone I would
on
never
her.
share my location with.
Yeah, your mom. Oh my god, I love
Yes.
it. Watching TV with subtitles on.
Bogey.
Yeah.
Although I will watch like a TikTok and with my volume all the way down and read the subtitles.
Yes.
But on TV, I feel like you can't see. I don't know. I feel like I'm wanting like.
It's
Because you're
like-
trying to take in the whole
Yeah,
scene, and
yeah.
then it's hard.
And
hard.
I think I feel like I miss things because I'm reading and then
Mhm.
yeah.
But then all of a
I think
sudden,
that's a
I'll
bogey,
watch
too.
some like movies, and then I'm like, oh, I just watched a movie with subtitles.
Well, unless it's like a foreign
Yeah.
film and they don't,
Yeah.
do the dubbing, then I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But
But I like the dubbing, and I'm watching a movie,
No, I
TV
love
series
dubbing.
right now. Yeah,
over subtitles, I
Yeah.
prefer dubbing.
yeah. I dubbed. That was hard.
Oh god.
Dubbing's really hard. And you know what's funny is people will be like, oh, they kind of make you act like you sound like you can't act. Like that
Yeah.
will be the feedback from people. But I'm like, but that's actually what they want. Like you're
Mhm.
directed very specific,
Yeah.
and you have to fit the times perfect. It was really
That's
hard.
hard.
Wow. Okay. Using baby talk with your significant other.
Absolutely not. Bogey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Well, can
And
you-
honestly, with your children, I'm like, talk to them like they're human beings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a baby talker.
No.
You know what's
I-
funny is my kids go, "Why do you talk to the dogs like they're babies?"
No, the dog. There's a
And
gray
I go-
area.
It's funny because I don't talk to them like
Yeah.
that, but I do
Yeah.
my dogs, and I'm like, oh, I didn't think that'd be weird for my kids to hear.
Shoot, I feel like you guys sometimes I can do it to Mateo, not even like realizing it. You know what? It's more I make funny sounds and then he laughs, so then I keep doing it.
Of course.
Or like my voice all
Yeah.
funny. So I
but
don't
it
know if
is
that's real
good
baby
for
talk.
them.
Well, I talk to
Yeah.
him. I mean, normal. I make him do
Yeah.
complete sentences when he asks me for something.
Yeah.
But I sometimes have those moments. Clapping when the plane lands.
Bogey. Come on.
Yeah. It
No.
kills me.
Do people
Unless like
They
okay,
still
there's
do it.
yeah, people still
like
do it.
no? I
now
agree
I
when
was
you're
on
on
a
delays,
flight
right?
and there was like really bad turbulence, so everyone clapped when
Yes.
we landed, and I was like, okay, I get that. I was a little relieved too. But when people will just do it at times, I'm like, no.
You're
I
like,
agree.
no way. Splitting the check on a first date.
Never Bogey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I'm just old
It's-
school. I'm from here. I'm from Georgia. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm a little old school with that.
No,
No,
but
I'm the
I
same.
feel the same way.
What do they call it? Dutch?
Yeah.
Dutch, right? Yeah, for me, and I don't care if people think I'm snooty or whatever, but like
That's
that
not being snooty
yeah,
at all.
it told me a lot about a guy on a first date, and I was like, nah.
It takes away the masculinity for sure.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then I'm like, ooh, and then you want me to maybe have sex with you?
No.
I don't think so. You can even pay the whole bill.
Yeah.
You just maybe put in $35.
And you get your spray tan, you got your nails done, you got your hair done. Like, no,
Yeah,
it
good
doesn't even
point.
even out. The girls spend more money on the first date than the guys anyway.
Yeah.
Gosh, I
It's
didn't even think
true.
about that.
Yeah,
That's
the
actually-
outfit, the whatever, everything on your body. You're like, no.
Everything, because we
Yeah.
do. We make sure the nails are done. We put
Yeah, if
effort
it's
in
the
every.
first date you care about. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
that
your
just
investment.
opened up my eyes
Right.
so
Yeah.
much.
And it's like, unless they
Shit.
absolutely can't, but like say something before.
Yeah, you can't do a surprise.
You can't do a
Oh.
surprise. Like, hey, I would
Right.
really like to go out with you, but like I'm tight. So
Yeah.
like it would
Mhm.
have to be like this and then
Yeah.
give someone the option.
Or we're going to Filiberto's,
yeah.
which I'd say let's go to Filiberto's.
Brie, people really don't know what that is because that's
It's
just
a
in Phoenix.
burrito shop that I
Oh.
love.
Yeah. I was like,
The
people
best
don't know that.
burritos and chips and salsa.
Drinking iced coffee in the middle of winter.
I don't like iced coffee at all, so bogey.
Oh, really?
Hot
Okay.
coffee.
I love cold brews.
Mm-hmm.
That's what keeps me alive on the playground. Like,
Okay.
But now I'm
just
41.
Hot coffee girl.
But I'm like,
Yeah.
I need cold brews.
Yeah,
But I always have to start with hot.
I was gonna say like
Oh,
I'm a
I
weather
gotta start with
drinker.
hot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I usually do 2 coffees
Well-
a day, and my second is usually a cold brew iced.
If you like it, I think it's a birdie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I just feel like I'm a weather girl, so I go by the weather.
That's
And the
fair enough. I
seasons.
can
Yeah.
totally see that.
You know.
Right? Traveling with just a carry-on, no matter how long the trip is.
Bogey, it is not. You do not win extra points if you don't check your bag.
Yeah.
Like, pack what you want.
Tell this girl all the time. I go, because she'll go, you're not doing a carry-on. I go, we're
Oh.
going somewhere for this amount of
Yeah.
days.
No, no, no.
I'm like,
if we go
you
far,
still have to wait with me.
Wait,
I'm
it's-
checking in.
I
And it's
checked
not that
in
much
this
more
trip.
time.
Which I was shocked.
I checked in this
She'll
trip.
go,
'cause
I rolled
was,
it.
No.
Like
I
rolled
checked
and
in-
tucked.
Oh yeah, I do the rolling.
I do the fold.
Okay, but when we're on a 2-day trip, I'm like, it's easy to do a carry-on, and this one will still have a massive
Okay,
suitcase.
we were
That's
going
fine.
to New York doing like 4 different events.
Okay, yeah.
She showed up with a carry-on, and I
That's
was like,
honestly, it's
how?
impressive.
Wait, no, I had the big suitcase.
Or there was something that we had like 4 events, and you showed up with carry-on. But
Yeah.
this is what happened. She'll ask me like, "Oh, did
Yeah.
you bring? Did you bring?"
I go, oh girl, you're not wearing those shoes tonight. I'll wear them.
Exactly. So
That's
she just
hilarious.
like
But
expects.
God graced me with a twin,
Oh,
and
gosh.
that's the the beauty
Oh,
of it.
It is a
goodness,
blessing.
that's- you know what I mean?
You know, you always
Oh.
ask me for undies. You always forget your underwear.
Well, it's not even that I forget. I just
I
don't
look.
pack
I
'em.
always look at her and I go, "You saw I brought the carry-on. I have the exact amount of
That
underwear
you
I
predicted
need."
you needed.
I go,
Yep.
"You can't take one of my underwear."
Yeah, that is an issue for
That's
me.
always wants to borrow my underwear.
I do,
Fun fact.
but at least I give them back clean. I go wash them.
that's
you
well,
know.
thoughtful.
yeah.
I love it. Okay, so birdie or bogey, keeping every birthday card you've ever gotten.
Bogey.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I used to
So-
do that for a long time, and then I
no.
recently
What are you
like
gonna do
through
with
so
the-
many
What are you
exactly.
gonna do with all
I
that?
kept
Yeah.
my Nana ones, my ones for my Nana,
Mm.
and then I don't know if this is weird, but since high school, I have. But it's in my attic. I have a box from each ex since high school till current.
Like that's kind of psychopath, but we'll keep going.
Psychopath.
No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
I have 4 or 5 boxes, and each
Uh-huh.
one I
And she
kept
has
all their cards.
Yeah.
And letters. Is that
Dang.
weird?
I feel like once you get married, it's time to
Oh.
throw that stuff away.
Oh, is it?
I mean, that's what I did.
Yeah.
See, I never kept anything.
I did keep stuff, but then I was like, okay, this is weird to have in my like home.
Right.
But what about jewelry?
Well, and I
'Cause
guess I
have jewelry
never.
I would
from
keep all that.
exes. Yeah,
I'm gonna keep
I was
all
like, I
that.
keep
Yeah,
that.
jewelry.
That's not a memento. That's a gift.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess because it's in my attic that I never read them.
No,
I don't
no.
think twice, but when I was pulling out Christmas decors, when I saw them, they were kind of far and I was too scared to go grab them because of spiders.
And dang, you got to put another box from an ex up there.
All right.
Another box on the
bitch.
shelf.
I think, I think the next full moon we like burn it all.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah, let's do
Okay.
it.
Do a little
Yeah.
release
Yeah,
party.
yeah, and then maybe then Prince Charming will come. You got to burn
I
everything.
don't need Prince Charming yet.
I know, but you know,
I'm
like,
focused on being a mom and building an
Okay.
empire.
There we go.
He can wait.
You know.
You know what I mean?
He will come.
Yeah, right. That's what I.
if you
he'll-
build it, they will
Yeah.
come.
Yeah.
That's- Amen to that. Birdie or bogey, packing your partner's suitcase for them.
Bogey. Mm.
Yeah. No, do your own thing.
I need an independent man.
Yeah.
Not gonna hold your hand. Not gonna do all that.
Yeah.
And a lot of golfers have their wives do all that for them.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
mm-mm.
Yeah.
I don't think.
But my husband wouldn't even want me to.
Exactly.
He-
I'm like,
yeah.
mm-mm.
But I pack for the kids. Like he
Fine.
doesn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, but
Well,
I'm like,
you have to.
Yeah.
What are you gonna have your 4-year-old
Well,
pack?
Yeah.
clothes?
no, I mean Brian doesn't.
Oh,
But I would be very nervous for Brian too because I know the outfits wouldn't
Oh,
match.
I would want
He
to
would
pack.
throw in like all
Yeah.
sweatpants.
no
for
one,
them.
Totally.
Sometimes when I'll pick up my kids from school after Brian like dropped them off because I was flying in, and I'll see what they're wearing, even though they're in uniform. But my son doesn't have to wear a uniform yet. I'm always like, Brian,
Like what?
yeah. I'm like, that's like doesn't match.
They
It's,
ne-
like,
dads
comfy.
never match.
No.
I
It's
feel like
very
the hair's
rare.
never brushed.
Right? Okay. Few more. 2 more. Birdie or Bogey, washing someone else's balls on the golf course. Oh,
Wait.
at first I was.
Birdie. I think that's helpful. We were talking about that
Sorry.
last night. Like it's like a common thing for a caddy, like the other caddy, to like rake the bunker for you. I think
Yeah.
that's Birdie. That's
Yeah.
teamwork.
Teamwork. Okay.
Yeah.
I
No,
like
wait, who's washing the balls?
what?
The caddies are washing the
The
balls.
ca- okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you're asking that the wife should be doing that. I'm
Uh,
like, wait,
No.
no,
No.
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 The
like,
caddy,
yes,
yeah, they should do all that.
Right.
Caddies. That's
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
Scheduling intimacy nights on the calendar.
I think that's
Parent
a
life.
bogey.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I think it's fair to talk about it, like if it's something that you're wanting.
Yeah.
But to actually like say if it's a Monday, we're gonna have sex on Wednesday. That's
Right.
to me that's crazy.
That is crazy.
But
I
is it hard
fully
with a
agree.
toddler? Like,
Yeah.
Well, and he isn't
It's-
even a toddler yet, right?
Crew's a toddler.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's a
he's
toddler.
almost 2.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
full toddler.
It is hard. You gotta like jump in the shower with them or
Yeah.
what else? How are you doing this?
Yeah.
You know, because you are tired once crew goes down at 7 and we generally like watch our TV shows. and
Yeah.
then-
Yeah.
that's
But
like
there's time still.
for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Brian and I aren't the types to be like, like, oh, on Wednesday, but he and I will say, like, this is so funny.
if it's a
he-
date night, it's understood.
Right.
Yes.
Or he and I are like, we probably should have sex tonight because I go out of town tomorrow. And then when I
Yes.
come back,
And
we
that's
only
how
have
it
to
should be planned, like
Yes.
the
Yeah.
day of. You
right,
know what
that
I mean?
night. Like,
yeah.
Mhm.
Or-
Not like a weekly
but-
calendar or monthly.
No,
I
yeah,
can't
our
even
son-
imagine
that's-
that.
Yeah, our
Crazy.
son, our daughter does full day school, but our son just started to go later in the day. So we finally did it. We just after workout, we felt it, and it was spontaneous and nice. And you were like, "Oh, are we gonna start to be day sex people? Like because the kids are
Yeah.
gone, and it
Nothing wrong with that.
felt like spontaneous." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"It felt like how it used to be.
Mhm.
Right.
It was so nice."
See, I
And
love
so-
that.
Congrats on the sex.
Well, you know,
Yeah,
and
thank you.
speaking of intimacy,
Oh no.
well,
what?
no, meaning because you guys were featured in Full Swing
Mhm.
on Netflix.
Mhm.
If they ever came to you and was like, "Hey, we want a reality show
Mhm.
on you and your family," how would you be with that?
We've said no like 30 times.
Oh, you
Oh, wow.
have.
Oh, wait,
Okay.
that offer happens, and they're like, "Oh, you get all the creative control. Oh, we'll let you." I'm like, "No, we're not. Not doing that."
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good
I
to
think
know.
it's good for relationships.
No, believe me.
And it's not. Brooks finds it dangerous when people can see sort of like the layout of the inside of your
Yeah.
home. Even
Right.
we're big on like safety, and he's really big on privacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I
That's
love
great.
that. And
Yeah.
it's I think great to have a man like that.
It's a good
And for
balance because I
you-
would live stream my childbirth if I could. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to meet in the middle a little
Yeah,
bit sometimes.
See, but I love that.
Compromise.
And, we were even talking to Catherine about that because they're the same way, very
Mhm.
private. And it's true. When you put your relationship out there, you can't put all the good stuff out there. You got to put
You
it
put
all out there.
everything,
And then you got to
right.
relive it. And then
Mhm.
everyone
chimes in.
chimes
and,
in.
yeah.
And see, like Full Swing was cool because it was more focused on the sport. And documentaries are cool because they're more focused on that. But when it's just reality show, straight docu-series on
sure.
your life, it's a lot different.
And it lays on your mental health. I feel like it laid on my
Mhm.
husband's. I think it got hard on you and I at one
Oh,
point, which
for
is why
sure.
we ended up stopping.
Mhm.
So it does. It can get wary.
It's like there's
Yeah,
enough cameras
wary.
in Brooks's face. We don't need
Right.
another one.
Right.
It's so true.
You know what my husband said? He goes, I entertain enough. I
Yes.
don't need to then go home and entertain.
No.
That's what he always
it's when you
felt.
need your break.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
So,
Well, before we let you go, we always love to end our episodes with a little inspiration affirmation. Is there any
Okay.
quote, motto, words of wisdom you live by you want to share with our listeners?
I always say like when I'm kind of in a rut and I'm open, I say I'm open to receiving.
oh, I
And that's
love
just
love
talking
that.
about like when I was waiting for the email for Sports Illustrated, I was kind of stressing out like, are they gonna have me back? I would be just driving down the road and be like, I'm open to receiving.
Oh,
And so that's my big thing.
I love
I
that.
love that.
Thank you.
You know, that's kind of been my thing 2025. Because it was like there wasn't a lot of clarity for me, but I'm so content in life.
Mhm.
So I was like, you know what, 2025, I'm just universe open to receive.
There it
Whatever
is.
you want to
Yeah.
bring to me, bring it because life's good right now.
Right.
So
Well,
I'm like everything will feel like a bonus you give me this year.
yeah,
I
and
love
I
that.
feel like when you're open, like so much more comes.
I agree.
That's right.
And it's when you're not open, it's just the door stays shut.
And it's the energy. Like people can feel that.
100.
Mhm.
I tell her
Love
that.
that.
When you keep that energy in your
Mhm.
space, negativity closed off, it's like a cloud over you.
Yep.
Mhm.
When you brush that away and you stay open and you're positive and you're good to people, it's crazy what comes. That energy truly does feed.
That is true.
Well, Jenna, thank you so much for coming on our show, and please let our listeners know where they can find you.
Both my socials are Instagram and TikTok, and it's Jena Sims, JenaMsims.
Yes,
I
and
love
Jenna
it.
and I soon will be able to talk about something that
Yeah.
we did together. Very fun.
We're
We can't talk
harboring a
about none.
secret.
I
Honestly,
know.
and it's like it would have been so much fun to talk about, but we're going to bring you back on.
Well,
We'll
come
have
back
to
and we
talk.
can talk about it.
Yes.
Yes. That'll
It'll be a
so
lot of
much
fun. Well, enjoy the Masters. Good
Thank
luck
you.
to Brooks.
Yeah, I gotta go. I don't even know what time
You're
it is.
like,
but he's
I
tea
did.
time.
He's
I
got
feel
tea
like
time.
I'm
So yeah, we got to rush
12:34,
you.
so
Oh, I gotta get over there.
Okay,
Okay.
go.
Well, all right. We'll see you guys next time.